Well, good morning and welcome to Tallangatta Motor Inn. $120. Pretty reasonably priced. Pretty basic setup. Window rattler, but with heating function, which is good because it's only about 6 degrees. Very durable asbestos internal lining, so famous for its longevity. Nice bedside table. Rattan. Do like a bit of rattan. Good bathroom. Actually, the dunny is old school with the single flush. And I tell you what, it is like Niagara Falls, that thing. Speaking of Niagara Falls, shower, fantastic. It's like being under one of those Tahitian waterfalls, except hot. Hello. It doesn't look much, but very comfortable night's sleep. Nice warm doona. And now we've got the heater on to heat it up this morning. And quite pleased. Very unusual check-in process, which involved a touchscreen that was broken and a phone number that nobody answered. But after we stood there for a few minutes, the guy wandered out and goes, "Oh, you John Steve? Here's your key." We got it done and we got in. So there's not many other options in Tallangatta. Actually, I didn't show you the gazebo. So today we're going to be heading up to Falls Creek, possibly Mount Buffalo, and then back down through to Omeo and south from there. Have a look at this. I don't think I've ever been to a motel with a rotunda before. What I did want to say is someone did ask me how my new suspension was going. Twiddly bits here and this. You've seen a rear shock, it's in there somewhere. Is excellent. The rear suspension I'm now, I would say 100% happy with. It is very, very good. The front suspension is probably 80% of what I was hoping for, which I was obviously hoping for perfection. Still a little bit pattery over certain types of roads, like it could do with a slightly softer spring rate or something like that. But I can't be arsed doing anything about that. Well, we've reached Falls Creek, so this is about as high as you get, I think. Maybe a little higher. But 10 degrees again, so it's cold but not too cold. Not busy, obviously, when there's no snow up here. Not too many people bother coming up here. Feels like you've achieved something when you get up here. And the architecture is very different as well. You could sort of almost convince yourself you're in sort of like, discount Europe or something. We're going to go a bit further around a lake and some other shit, and down the other side towards Omeo.
Check
Check this out, John. Look at this brown Corolla. Whoa, look at that. What a beaut. And it's from Wanga Automotives. Oh, doesn't get any better than that. Even more of a classic. Alright, we've successfully negotiated our way over Falls Creek. We've arrived in Omeo, we've had some lunch, there's people everywhere, and now we're heading to Bairnsdale. Don't know what Bairnsdale is going to be like, but Omeo's quite nice. A bit cold, but you know, everywhere's cold up here. Getting heavier, John. Welcome to Stratford in country Victoria. It's slightly less than optimal weather conditions, so we've decided to stop and try and find lodgings for the evening. It's about 4 o'clock. We're only going to go down to Sale or a bit further anyway, so this is a good opportunity now to stop as any. Roommate, let's wander over there. What a fucking shit operation. Off there in the distance is Wilson's Promontory, that sort of low bit of land over there across the water. That's where we're going, but we've got to kind of go around there and then back out on there. Norman Bay. Here we are at Norman Bay, did you say? Norman Bay. Anyway, it's the beach at Wilson's Promontory. It's absolutely beautiful. The only thing wrong with it is there's too many people here, and that's about it. Apart from that, it's just about perfect. It's the southernmost point of Australia. It's a little bit further that way. There's a lighthouse down there somewhere. Oh, there's a whole bunch of religious cranks. No, over there. I don't know if you can see them off in the distance. You probably can't. It's got a little table set up with these bits and pieces, and a bunch of people reading passages from the Bible, which is all very nice. So there's something down here for everyone, not just motorcyclists. So even those with a passion for the Lord, the good Lord, can come here and get a slice of the action. Okay, well this is as far south as one can travel in Australia on a wheeled vehicle legally. So we're at the Oberon Mountain, Mount Oberon, more precisely, Mount Oberon car park. It's proof, there's the bikes there, and obviously there's me. And here's the 6,000 other people that are all experiencing the same closeness to the southernmost point. We picked a Saturday, which is turning out to be a bad idea, but that's just how everything worked out. If you want to do some bushwalking, if you're young and fit and you like stretching in car parks in gym wear, this is the place for you. Wheel bike, I take my hat off to him. The road from Wilson's Promontory to the Mornington Peninsula, where we're staying tonight, took us very close to Poo Wong. So as some of you may know, this is where my old man grew up, so I thought I may as well take the 10-minute detour through the charmingly named Poo Wong, who's been gone for a few years. And it's actually looking a bit livelier than when I was here last time. There's cars in the car park and there's people out and about, so beautiful country around here. So if you ever are in this part of Victoria and you want to see an old town that's seen better days, there's worse places to do it than in Poo Wong. But you're not going to get your car service because Poo Wong Motors is definitely shut for good. Okay, welcome to the Peninsula Motor Inn, and what a magnificent place it is, albeit a bit strange. Behind me is Tyab Airport, or airfield. So if you're a plane head, if you're a aviation nut, this is definitely the place for you. But it has a few interesting features that I'd like to run you through. Chairs have seen better days, but this whole place has seen better days. Quite sure what's happening there, but I don't think it's in imminent danger of collapse. Pelmet lighting, which is nice. I do like the pelmet lighting. That is a nice feature. What I would like to bring your attention to, though, is the season maker. Now, I've never seen a season maker before. I've actually got the season maker on at the moment. I'm going to turn it off. It does actually work. Basically it's a heater, air conditioner sort of thing, and it's very effective. That's the season maker workings there, hidden in the cupboard. Quite a tasty piece of artwork there, tying in the theme of the artwork through to the doona covers, which is nice, tropical themed. Another thing which is very interesting is the incredibly small light switches. Have you ever seen such a small light switch? Finger for scale. Very, very small. But good shower, big shower actually. Plenty of room in there. I mean, I can get in there now with all my riding gear. And I've got more than enough dancing space in here to do everything that needs to be done. The front of this establishment, when we arrived last night in the half dark, is very strange. It's like you're driving into some sort of storage shed arrangement or sort of freight depot or something. So you come down this long, crusty bitumen driveway and you arrive at this strange sort of nondescript collection of buildings with a few old sort of broken down European cars there, old 7 Series and things like that, with frosty headlights. And then from there you make your way into reception. Rather an unusual arrangement. Ventured up to Arthur's Seat. There is a chairlift which is kind of cool, which you can take from, I assume, the bottom of the hill. I don't know exactly where, but not too many people are taking it. All the carriages seem to be mostly empty. And there you go. So we're going to have a bit more of a poke around here, but I must admit the entertainment opportunities up here are fairly limited. It's along this stretch of coastline, and on a day much like today, that Harold Holt, our Prime Minister at the time, walked into the water for what proved to be the last time. He was never seen again. Only it was so easy to get rid of Prime Ministers now. I can make a list. There is rumour that he walked out of the water in Peru a few years later, thus breaking the world record for holding your breath underwater, but I think those rumours were unfounded. But anyway, he's gone. And the mystery still surrounds his disappearance, although he was probably just taken by a shark or drowned. They never did find his body. Yes. But you can get on here. Well, look at the old deer getting out of the back of the Bentley. Huh. I hope they've got caviar pies upstairs, what? Look at this. They squeeze them in. I say, we did it. I don't know what they did. Something important apparently. Wankers. Okay, we have made it through customs, which involved John having to open up all these panniers and go through all these bags and prove his bona fides, and the guy just said, you got anything you need to declare? And I was like, no, and obviously I've got an honest face, so I went straight through. Didn't open up any of my panniers or anything. Same as when I sneaked through the fruities over in WA. Obviously they like the look of me. Anyway, so we're here now in this giant shed to wait for another hour or so until we're allowed to go around and onto the ramp and up and onto the boat, which is hidden behind that wall there. Sitting, waiting to be summoned to go on the boat. So we're all queued up, a whole bunch of us. So here we are in the bowels of the beast, as it were. Uh-oh, that's what we didn't want. Oh. So we're on the boat. We've successfully parked our motorcycles downstairs. A few people left their steering locks on and things like that, and had to come back to their bikes, but you know, that's apart from those minor dramas. And they actually tie the bikes down properly now with tie downs rather than with a strap over the seat like they did back in 2000 when I came over with the Blackbird. So things are a little bit more advanced than they were. Sure. Alright, we're going in. So I'm not going to have time to show you the room in the morning, so I'm going to show you now.
It's got bunk beds.
So obviously we'll be sleeping in the top bunk because it's cool. It has a bathroom which is fairly tidy. It's got you get your own bathroom, shower. Shower's actually pretty good. Shower's better than that one in where was the really terrible shower? Stratford. God, it was a terrible shower. It's got a good shower. It's got racks for things. I don't know what you put on the racks. When you check in on the ferry, they give you this little brochure called Stay Safe. Oh, Charlie Borman's telling me all the things I need to do. Safe riding tips, base speed limits, bloody blah. He looks very happy. Looks like Clint Eastwood. Gives you a bit of a map, which is kind of nice. Very windy, narrow place. Actually, it's quite good. We can all be a bit gung-ho with our riding sometimes, and we get a bit carried away with ourselves and how good we are, but sometimes it's good to be reminded that we're all fallible humans, and sometimes we cock it up. So things like this probably aren't a bad idea. We have disembarked the Spirit of Tasmania, and what a wonderfully sturdy old vessel she is. She rolls her way across the mountainous seas of Bass Strait. We got up this morning, had a very ordinary cup of coffee in the Tasmanian Market Cafe, or whatever it's called. That's right, we're in Stanley, and that's the nut. It's not a particularly good view of it though, so I'll wander up somewhere else where we can get a better look at it. But pretty interesting old buildings in Stanley actually. But she's a pretty quiet little place. Not too many tourists here, surprisingly. So anyway, gonna get something to eat. It is lunchtime, and then we'll have a bit more of a look around. Pub lunch. Fish and chips. Scallop pies. We've got to have a scallop pie. Yeah. If you look carefully in the background, you can see the nut. Just the one nut. There it is there. There's a close-up view of the nut. And what a magnificent thing it is. Gone as far as we can to the northwest, as far as we can go, and we get to a gate that says don't go any further, we'll cut your balls off. Stop! Private property, no public access. And there's geese, some Cape Barren geese and cows, and signs saying not to go on this road. Penalty of $100. Oh look, it's almost worth $100. Only $100, John. So anyway, so we're staying in Smithton tonight in a particularly salubrious establishment that we rode past on the way out here, called the Bridge Hotel Motel, which is near a bridge, but it's also kind of in the middle of a light industrial area. Come up these stairs and then up these few little extra stairs. It's a bit sort of faulty towers style, I think, but no back down again unfortunately, which has been nice. And we zip round here. Here it is, number 3. And what an absolutely cracking room this is. TV, I mean we had it unplugged to charge things. Heater, which is producing a lot of heat. And then we've basically got a twin room. Got a sink with, running water. View, quite a good view of that other part of the hotel. And not too much to make fun of in this one, unfortunately. Can't really poke too much fun at it, but absolute bargain, $75. Now we could have stayed in the motel rooms, which are adjacent to the property. $150 for the same arrangement with your own bathroom. It didn't seem like great value, so we've gone with the pub room. Here's John's new mate. Hello, buddy. He's a biter apparently, and a spitter, so I'm not getting too close. Anyway, this is where we had coffee. It was pretty good, but they've got a selection of weird, wonderful animals, including this thing. So we've ridden up to Montezuma Falls, thinking quite wrongly that we'd be able to get some burritos and perhaps some KODs and just some tasty Mexican treats. But disappointment all around. It's just waterfalls. Not only that, it's a bloody 10k round trip to the waterfall. These boots weren't made for 10k's of walking through the bush, so we've decided to give it a miss and just ride back to the main road again. But it was worth coming up here. It was a good fun little ride. But if you are in this area and you do want to go and see it, be aware it's a 10 kilometre round trip, which they say takes 3 hours return. So, and the guy that we did see that had been up there was fairly lavishly covered in mud. He's run very wide. I think to get in and have a closer look at these trains, you've got to pay money. As you know, I won't be doing that. But we're in Zeehan, and this is probably the most interesting thing in Zeehan. And if you are from Zeehan, I do apologise, but it's a mining town effectively. And I think it's probably fair to say it's seen better days as well. I think you got to pay money to get in there, don't you, John?
Yeah.
How much? Oh, $20. Jeez. Whew. I'm going to have a sit down. Oh, I'm feeling cooked. $20. There's a scenic lookout that looks over the coast at, I don't know what this is called. I guess it's a bit north of Strawn. Probably has a name. It looks pretty good. Check this out. Yes. That's scenery, all right. Fantastic. What do you reckon, John? It's definitely worth the trip.
Bloody beautifully scenic.
Yeah. Hello again. Sky is dry. I feel a bit soft, to be honest. Tipping water down hills through pipes. Didn't expect that. Stay there. That was exciting.